How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Crystalline. I'm in a good mood today. I don't know. I just watched something funny. I'm feeling happy. I had ice cream. Maybe that was it. I had like an ice cream sandwich. It was really good. Anyway, welcome to Crystalline and welcome back to our adventures as we continue to absorb all the energy from all the elementals for who knows why. I'm sure it'll be useful for getting us home, but regardless, let's continue on with our expeditions and explorations. I think so. We've landed ourselves in a town. I believe they called it like Wolfsden or something. Yeah, Wolfsden. That's it. And apparently, it's a bit more of a rough and tumble type of thieves' landing kind of place. So we have some issues where people are going to be a little bit more on the Kara side of everything, so we had to get a disguise for Leanna, which is something we're going to be able to see today. So I wonder what that's going to all turn out to be, and I don't know what other crazy, wacky, fun-filled, happy adventures we're going to have. Also, the music now is like too quiet. I don't know, like it's so hard to balance it out. That seems better. Barely. I don't know. Every time I load the game, the music is completely different, and it seems to behave differently every time. I haven't yet figured out what the system is, but oh well, hopefully we won't blast our ears out with something later on. Alright, so anyway, yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really talk about, so let's jump right in. Muffled steps in the hallway pull me awake. Blinking my eyes, I look around. The sun struggles to shine through the overcast sky, making it hard to determine just what time it is. Judging by the noise from outside, I'm guessing it's well into the late morning or early afternoon. Wow, we slept that long? Zack's bed's empty, while the Pongo snores softly by my feet. He wakes up as I carefully crawl out of bed, and after blinking bleary eyes, grins widely at me.
Hi!
Hello, Pongo. Good morning. Or I guess good afternoon. Yawning widely, I push myself completely out of bed and get ready for the day. For once, we don't have any agenda that we need to follow while in this town. I wonder what the others are up to and what the city has to offer. Ready to go downstairs? The Pongo shies away and buries himself in my blankets. Why did no one wake us up?
Boy!
Huh, well, that's a weird reaction. You don't want to go exploring today?
Boy!
The Pongo shakes his head. Aww. Check on him, yeah. I peel back the blankets until he pokes his head free. You okay?
Boy!
He grins at me and looks a little more like his cheerful self. Okay, good. Well, I guess I'll go downstairs. You sure you don't want to come? He looks uneasy again and submerges back into the blankets.
Boy!
Huh. Guess he just doesn't like it here. Leaving the Pongo alone, I exit my room and head for the stairs. Before I reach them, I hear a strange noise coming from above. Is there an attic in this place? I have seen horror films, but we're going to investigate anyway. Because we're protagonists, right? I tiptoe towards where I heard the noise and find a pull-down staircase already lowered. I slowly begin to climb up. As I get closer, I recognize the noise as a series of hushed boys. What the fetch? Are you freaking serious? What is this? It's freaking... What am I even looking at here? The poise cease as I poke my head into the attic. Sitting in front of the card table, the large Pongo, the pudgiest Pongo I've encountered yet, wearing a three-piece suit and sporting a pencil mustache, cigars hanging from his mouth. How does he have clothes? How do they have clothes? Two Pongo thugs sit on either side of the table. Oh, that's not menacing at all. They all freeze and stare at me. Too shocked to react, I stare back at them. After what feels like an eternity, the pudgy Pongo lowers his cigar. I better get out of here before he makes a poifer I can't refuse. Okay. Once again, it's like the thematics of it is funny, but they're Pongos. I guess we did a Pongo King. Okay, perhaps I could forgive you for this, but it still is freaking ridiculous. Silently, I lower myself out of the room and quickly head down the stairs. I think I know why my Pongo didn't want to leave the room today. I think it's best to pretend that never happened. Shaking my head, I go downstairs to the lobby. That was very weird. The lobby's as busy as it was the night before, with the same number of people filling the tables. I spot Zack exactly where I expected him to be, right in front of the bounty boards. Kara nurses a drink alone at one of the tables, but I don't see Leanna or Amy anywhere. Let's go see if we can find Leanna. Leanna seems pretty nervous last night. I wonder if she's still in her room. Making my way back upstairs, I knock on her door. After a moment, her voice calls out.
Who is it?
It's me.
Oh, hey.
There's a silence as I wait for her to open the door, but she doesn't. Is everything okay?
Yep. Everything's fine.
Okay. She sounds really distracted.
Sorry, I'm a little busy right now. Amy and I are kind of in the middle of something. Do you think you can come back later?
Intriguing. Ah, so that's where Amelia is too. Sure. Sorry to disturb you. She doesn't answer. That was kind of weird. Hope she isn't annoyed with me. Better leave her alone for now and check in on her later if I have time. Oh, that was... Like, what is happening? Kara, help me out. I plopped down the table across from Kara. She raised an eyebrow as I said, "Hey, Kara."
Hey.
She looks amused as she takes another sip of her drink. Got any exciting plans today? She shrugs. Yeah, same here. There's gotta be something more exciting to do. What do you think? A sly smile spreads across her face. She throws back her drink and slams an empty mug on the table.
I think I know exactly what we should do.
Why am I suddenly nervous? I'm not sure I trust that look. What does she have planned? What do you have in mind?
We're going to go gambling.
Wonderful. You know, because that's a healthy habit. But you know what? It might be kind of fun. I don't know. Like, okay. It's not good because it's a bad habit. It's like never worth it. Like it's stacked against you all the time. You can sometimes win, but you've never enough. But you know what? At the same time, I think it would be kind of fun. Sure, why not? I've been lucky so far. Don't think that luck's gonna run out anytime soon. I'm in. Kara nods approvingly.
I had a feeling you'd like my suggestion. Let's go then.
We're about to be robbed. And I follow Kara out of the inn. The streets are disturbed as the clouds roll overhead. I glance cautiously at the sky, but Kara remains unconcerned as she surveys the shops along the streets. There's a group of Pongos gambling upstairs. Should we get butt in their game? Finally, she stops in front of a gaudy building. Bright crystal illuminates the signs. They flash distractingly on and off. The place sticks out like a sore thumb. So that's a pseudo-Vegas, I'm guessing. Kara grins as she pushes open the doors. Whoa, fancy. I follow her in and blink as my eyes adjust to the dim room. Even if I hadn't known where we were going, I would have instantly recognized this place as a casino. Half the room is lined with flashy slot machines powered by mini crystals, while the other half is filled with tables. Yes, alternate worlds don't stray too far from our own. Both players and onlookers crowd around the tables. In fact, the casino is packed with people. Clearly, a storm is not enough to keep these people from their games.
So, see anything you like?
She gestures at the tables. You pick. She waves among the tables, taking a cursory glance at each game before deciding.
Have you played Shadow Knaves?
No. How do you play?
The goal is to reach a numerical value of 21 with the cards you're dealt.
Okay, I get ya.
You'll start with 2 cards, and you could choose to add cards or stand depending on what you have.
Yeah, that's blackjack. Oh, I know the game. We have a version of it back home.
Perfect! Then you'll be a pro.
Except it could have completely different rules.
Ready to play?
I'm ready to win. In response to sit down at the table, place my bet. Kara grins and does the same. I'm actually going to play. After remaining seats at the table are filled, the dealer begins the first round, slice 2 cards face up. Although the numbers look the same, the suits of these cards are unfamiliar. I have what looks like a 7 of crystal and a 9 of swirly dots. That's a 16. 18, 13, 7, and 20. Ah, fetch. Well, I have you get blackjack. You have to either win or fold. Like that's really and like when you fold, you lose. So I either stand and just assume that the 20 guy is gonna win because it would be an idiot not to take it at that. So I have to take a hit and probably will lose because the chance of me getting a numerical below 5 or below is not great. But it's a better chance than me winning if I stand because there's an 18 and a 20. So unless they're stupid. And it's got 16. No, I'll win with that hand. Hit me. The other flips over another card. Read a 5. Perfect. Nice. The other busts, and I win the round. Somehow this blackjack master pretty much kills it in every round. Some of the scowls on the other patrons deepen, and I'm glad I'm not part of the game. They do not look happy at losing all that money. Wait. Oh, so Kara is a blackjack master. I browsed a few other tables and recognized the Terra versions of craps and roulette. It's funny how we have a fairly similar game, although it's I suppose not too unexpected considering we're fairly similar worlds. Gambling is gambling. Return to the blackjack table just in time to see Kara abruptly stand. See, we should be playing Texas Hold'em, which is the best game of poker.
Time to go.
But what about trying... she has a grin plastered on her face and she shakes her head. She was cheating. Or at least counting cards.
Maybe next time, but I think we've had enough gambling for one day. It's time to cash out.
Even one more game?
Really, it's about time we get going.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Come on, Protag. Wake up. Smell the roses. We're gonna get punched if we stay there long enough. She doesn't seem like she'll let up. Let's try and follow her. Yeah, he's so dense. I'm so dense, apparently. After cashing out, Kara hastens out of the casino. I jog to catch up to her. Something weird's going on. So what was all that about? Were you in such a hurry to leave? She smiles innocently.
It was just time for us to go.
Yeah. You were totally up to something shady, weren't you?
I don't know what you mean.
Sure, bet you weren't counting cards. Kara blinks.
Oh, you noticed?
Wait, what?
What?
That's being resourceful. It actually is, because here's the thing. Counting cards is not cheating. Not at all. Casinos will throw you out, and they will call it cheating, but there's no cheating about it. All you're doing is you're being observant of all the cards that are happening in the deck. As a matter of fact, in order to combat this, a lot of casinos nowadays will actually, go through several decks, and they're supposed to trade out decks every game or two, because that way you can't count cards. But if they're not changing out the decks, you're not doing anything other than observing all the cards and just keeping track in your mind what cards have been played and what cards have yet to be played, and using probability to determine the next result. Kara is obviously a genius if she can do this, because to be able to do the math in your head so well and to keep a straight face and play the poker game right, you've got to have a lot going on for you. But no, it is not cheating in any way, because she's not peeking other people's cards, she's not gleaning any extra information that wasn't readily available, she's just using her brain to make it work better for her. But it is kind of unfair, because anyone who can't do that is at a major disadvantage. That's really impressive, using your skill set to up your odds in your favor. Kara seems pleased. Oh, seriously, it's literally, there's no cheating. Cheating would be stacking the deck, swapping cards, having aces up your sleeve. That's cheating.
Thank you. I'm happy you understand.
It's not cheating. How can... I give credit where credit's due. Besides, it's not like the giant business will miss the money anyway. Well, that's technically also not true.
It's true. There are a few people I could think of who could put that money to better use.
Not a good point there, though. You mean like orphans? Kara wipes her head around and stares at me with wide eyes. More specifically, the orphans back in Stonecrest.
How'd you know about that?
I was there and I gave them my money too. I saw you there. I wanted to share my money with them too. Her expression softens.
You gave them money too?
Nod. I felt bad for them.
Yeah. They were just trying to survive in the only way they knew how. I thought if I shared my reward with them, maybe they'll find a way where they won't need to steal again.
Yeah, hopefully. Although it's probably better in the long run if you were to teach them skills in order to help them get jobs, not just give them money. Free handouts just tends to perpetuate the problem, but if those handouts, the charity, comes with the ability to seek, find, and procure work. It's the whole concept of give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, he feeds himself for a lifetime. It's funny because some people always say that as a counter, saying oh, you could give people money for a charity, or you could just teach them, or you could support work programs. Why can't you do both? You should be able to do both. Any good welfare system, and I hope this doesn't get too political, but any welfare system should do both. You should provide for immediate needs, but also help push, encourage, and help support people trying to find ways to become self-reliant. That's probably more important than giving out the money needed to keep sustainability and to keep things going, but that's also needed. If anything, we need to be better at helping people reduce their finances and properly budget when they're on a tight schedule like that. You can't just rely on the government and continue to live a high lifestyle where you're constantly going out to eat, paying for cable that's too expensive, and buying new furniture all the time. They've got to be able to be smart about it all. Well, now I feel guilty only giving a portion of my reward. She laughs.
Your heart was in the right place.
So, what should we do now? A mischievous grin spreads across her face.
Let's go to another casino.
I see what you're gonna do. I laugh. This could only be trouble. Oh, this was a fun afternoon. See, that's the thing. I like Kara a lot. She's really kind of cool. Now that I know she's not gonna stab me in the back, or at least I hope she's not, but she seems pretty genuine Like, she's, what do you call, the honorable thief. So, I think I'm cool with her now. I was real skeptical at first, but having seen some of her true colors, like, I think I'm on board with her. I follow her to another casino where we go through the same routine. After winning big again, we part ways and head back to the inn. Alright, let's talk to Zack. Approach Zack at the boards. Hey. He glances at me, then nods in acknowledgement. See anything good?
Yes, actually.
Oh, bounty hunting. I look at the boards and let out a breath of surprise. Whereas most of the boards in the inn only have a few flyers pinned on them, this board's covered in wanted posters. Whoa, that's a lot of bounties. Zack grins.
Check out the payout on these things.
He points to a poster of a scarred man with a grizzled face and deep frown. Underneath his mugshot lists a number with more zeros than what have ever existed in my bank account. So like 3. You're a poor college student. You never had money. Dang. Zack nods. Can't help myself as I continue to scan the board, taking note of the offered bounties. Zack grins as he throws my words back at me.
See anything good?
Oh, the money! Point to a hot wanted woman's bounty. That sounds interesting too. It's like, I'm sure she's very dangerous, but it'd be an interesting bounty to go for. What could she have done that's so bad? Be too sexy? Zack glances at the poster.
Rumor has it she found out her husband cheated on her, so she grabbed the kitchen knife and cut off his.
Oh dear. Okay, never mind. All the mercenaries should just come to Wolfsden and check out the bounty board here.
A lot of them do.
Really?
Why do you think this inn is so full?
Oh, is this a more reputable place where all the bounty hunters go? I look around the inn again. That would explain why so many patrons are just people drinking alone. One such man pushes himself unsteadily to his feet and sways over to the board. He leans in until the nose is nearly touching one of the posters, then he nods in satisfaction. As he's about to stumble away, he pauses when he sees Zack. He stares at him for an uncomfortably long time.
Hey, don't I know you?
Zack barely bats an eye.
No.
The drunk is undeterred and comes closer. He peers at Zack again, trying to get his eyes to focus. Zack steps back as the man nears. Yeah, how is this guy hoping to get a bounty? He can barely stand up. Suddenly, the man straightens up excitedly.
No way. You're the Death Slinger.
I had a feeling you were more popular than you were letting on. Death Slinger. On the mention of the name, the inn falls silent. Then tendrils of whispers begin to snake around us.
You're mistaken.
Zack's expression is stonier than usual, but the drunk is unfazed.
I never thought I'd see you here. But it makes sense. Everybody makes it to Wolfsden sooner or later.
You have the wrong guy.
The drunk squints and shakes his head.
It must be you. The trench coat, scar over one eye.
Could just be a fanboy. The whispers increase and hurried murmurs, and all eyes fall on us. The drunk thinks for a second.
But do you have purple dischargers too?
No. He reaches towards Zack's holster and discharges, but Zack smoothly steps away. Like, yeah, that's not cool no matter who you are.
If I were the Death Slinger, would you really want to piss me off?
Zack's icy warning causes the inn to fall silent again. The drunk sways precariously as the muddled gears in his head turn. Then understanding finally dawns.
Oh, right. I'll leave you alone. Sorry.
As the man stumbles back to his table, Zack sits at an empty table in the corner, and I silently follow, feeling the weight of everyone's gaze. When I sat down, Zack glares at the people around us, which causes them to quickly turn back to their tables and resume whatever talks they were doing. Many of them seemed suddenly very interested in their drinks. Okay. So I'm trying to think of why he would not like his nickname. Guessing it's probably one he doesn't pick himself as part of it. The other thing, though, is like, as a bounty hunter who's constantly in danger and also who's becoming well known, there's this interesting bell curve. Like, it's a theoretical bell curve, but it's one I've always accounted for in the books I've written in my mind, which is where, so if you imagine a bell curve here, and like this side is ease of being able to get information to help catch bounties, and then this slider is kind of like the range of like starting here like being a nobody bounty hunter and up here being like a legendary bounty hunter. You get a bell curve, I believe. Hear me out. When you're a nobody, it's really easy for you to find information on bounties and to be able to get the drop on them because no one's expecting you and they don't know who you are. You're a rookie. So as long as you're up to the task and have the skills, it should be fairly easy for you to find bounties. To say, grab the biggest bounty on the board, take it down, track down the guy, and turn him in. Because he's never going to see you coming. But naturally, they're all dangerous for a reason, so a lot of rookies will go down because they don't have the skill to match their ambition. But that's not really the chart here I'm talking about. It's more about the idea of like how simple it is to operate as a bounty hunter. As you gain more notoriety, it becomes more and more difficult. Because as you get more well-known, people start hearing about you in advance. They start getting ideas that you're coming after them. They start noticing your patterns. They start analyzing your behaviors. As they know and can learn about you through rumors, they can set traps for you based on the way you approach your trials, the way you approach your bounties, and that can become a problem. And you haven't hit this peak where like you're becoming pretty well-known. Most everyone knows your name, knows exactly how you do things. But as you start becoming known for being untouchable, i.e. the bell curve starts going back down again, people start being more afraid of you than they are of just knowing you. And while they will know you even more and be more aware of your stories and your tales, they're also going to start extending your conversation. They're going to start broadening their expectations of you, and they're going to start overcompensating. And that's it makes things just as simpler because you can account for that. You can use fear tactics, just like we saw here, to bully people into either giving you information or backing down. And thus, the curve goes back down, and it becomes great until you get too old and you start to slow down. You can no longer bounty hunt properly, or someone catches up with you finally. So, don't know. That's just my thing. It's like it's like the idea. So Zack looks like he's on this decline side, where he's become so notable that people now bow out of his way. But he doesn't like it. I'm guessing because he doesn't like the idea that people assume they know who he is. But anyway, rant over. That's a tool that I just personally use in some of my writing. This idea that I use in my ways of thinking. I don't know if you find that interesting or not. Anyway, internet drinks. Zack doesn't seem inclined to talk, but the silence is stifling. So, are you the Death Slinger? Nah, I don't want to do that. I feel like he wouldn't really, like, he definitely doesn't like to talk about it. I think this is something I could bring up in one-on-one conversation later. So that was weird, right? That was pretty weird.
Don't pay attention to him. It's just a random drunk.
Right, sure. The innkeeper walks over and places 2 drinks on the table. Zack looks at him as he quickly speaks.
On the house, we don't want any trouble here.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what he wanted. Zack nods and takes a sip from one of the drinks.
Thanks.
A look of relief washes over the innkeeper's face as he walks away. Gradually, life returns to the inn as people lose interest in us. So, who exactly is the Death Slinger?
He's a mercenary.
Most mercenaries don't silence an entire inn at the mention of their name.
You're right.
He takes another drink. I wait for him to continue, but he doesn't. I don't think I'll be getting any more out of him. Since things have begun to feel more normal, I'll relax a bit and take a sip of my drink. Zack and I quietly finish the rest of our drinks. Lots of drinks in those sentences. Although his stony frown has lessened, I think it'd be best to give him some space. Say my goodbye and leave the table. I decided to spend the rest of my time alone. I relax on one of the tables by myself, observing the people, enjoying my free time. It's not too often that I can have some alone time, and with the storm outside, I'm entitled to feel a little lazy. Cool. That was really fun, actually. Being able to see a lot more about Kara, and just kind of experiencing stuff with her, learning more about her and how smart she really is. Zack, on the other hand, it does expand him a lot more, too, which is good. It still kind of fits the grunge character, but at least we have a bit more context to why he might be so grumpy. Oh, go away. I don't know why you're open. The rest of the afternoon passes by uneventfully. With the dark clouds outside, it's hard to judge the time of day, but the skies seem to be darkening. I wonder if Leanna's done with whatever she was doing earlier. I haven't seen her leave her room all day. I decide to see if she's free. As I approach her room, I knock on her door. Leanna! There's a pause and a scuffling sound.
Yes?
You okay in there?
Yep. Fine.
Deflection. Have you had a chance to look around yet? Maybe we could go check out the shops.
Well, it's getting kind of late, isn't it? Might be better to stay inside.
Sure. Do you want to come downstairs and get something to eat? There's a pause again.
You know, I'm not very hungry. I think I'll stay here for now.
All right.
Thanks.
So we're now at the approached level of, like, we're definitely friends with her at this point. So as friends, we can either politely decline and wonder what's going on, smash down the door and demand answers. I think we'd be forgiven for that. And there are my eyes. It's just me. Is Leanna acting a little weird? Oh, no. What makes you think that? Are you sure everything's okay in there? Leanna opens the door a crack and pokes her head out. Her smile is a little too bright.
Yep, just peachy. Sorry. I'm just feeling a little tired. Nothing to worry about.
She's about to close the door, but I pushed to keep it open, and my scarf is caught in the doorway. Wait! I pushed the door to yank my scarf out. The door swings wide, revealing Leanna's new outfit. That's what she was hiding? Are you serious? And what has Kara done? I had a feeling she was gonna pull something fast. Oh my gosh! That's not what I expected. She throws her arms around herself to cover up.
Don't look!
I judge Rob, so I take it all of her outfit and what little of it there is. Interesting choice. I think that's the best answer to give. Because I don't know if I really want to, like... Oh, I know, she said don't look. I guess I got a glimpse, that's all I need. I can close my eyes or give her respect. Can you wear this forever? Oh, man. Oh, no, interesting choice to close my eyes. I don't know. I think she looks beautiful, so it's fine. Interesting choice. That's not really a style I'd have pegged you for, but it's not bad. Leanna tries to cover up as much as possible.
I didn't choose this. Kara brought this back for me.
How did you not see that coming? Was this why you've been hiding in your room?
I can't go anywhere dressed like this. It's best if I just stay here until the storm is past.
It's really not that bad. Leanna just gives me a look. Okay, I'm sorry. If you don't like it, we can go to the shops and get you something else.
Okay, let me change and then we can go.
So you've just been stewing in this room dressed like that this whole time? That implies that you secretly do like it. If you were just locked in your room all day, you could have just been dressed in your normal clothes. I thought you couldn't wear your regular armor. Leanna blinks.
I can't go out dressed like this, though.
Your armor will draw more attention, and at least this outfit helps you blend in. She looks uncomfortable. Honestly, isn't that bad? Besides, we don't know how long the storm's gonna last. What if we have to spend days cooped up in this room? Leanna frowns as she thinks about it, and then sighs.
I suppose you're right.
You just wear a cloak or something. We could just wrap you in a towel. I don't know. Like, we could. There's other options. Jeez, though. Oh my gosh, oh my. What is that thing doing to her chest? It's ridiculous.
All right, we can go, but let's make it quick.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Gathering her courage, Leanna leaves her room and the two of us head downstairs. Nobody pays us any extra attention as we exit the inn. Shh. But there's a lot of people dressed like this, apparently. Because, I mean, she's gorgeous. That's the problem. It's like you think that would be enough to get attention. I squint up at the thick clouds. There's a light rain. We better hurry if we don't want to get caught in a downpour. We'll make our way to the alleyway. Leanna still gets attention, although not the same as before. She seems annoyed by the sharp whistling of leering men. I wonder if I should step in.
Hey there, baby.
Oh, yeah.
What did you call me?
Leanna grabs the man by the collar and slams him against the wall.
What the hell?
Go on. Call me baby again. I dare you.
He's probably a creep. He probably likes that stuff. Leanna's grip on the man's collar tightens as he's pinned securely against the wall. She must be using her wind magic to be able to keep the man twice her size immobilized with barely a struggle. Leanna continues to watch him with a challenging eyes, daring him to cat collar again. The man stays silent as he tries to break free. Leanna finally lets go and tosses him to the side. He falls to the ground with a loud thud.
That's what I thought.
The man picks himself up and scrambles away.
You crazy bitch!
Yeah? Don't mess with her.
Yeah, and don't you forget it.
Woo! Oh, Leanna, don't make my heart skip too much. A crowd of shocked onlookers stare at Leanna.
What are you looking at?
They quickly look away and resume walking. Satisfied, Leanna looks at me with a smile.
Shall we continue?
Yes, my queen. Hey, Lee, you're scary. Let's proceed. I nod. No comment. We continue down the street, reach the shops. Even though it's well into the evening, all the storefronts are still open. Guess it's one of the cities that never sleeps. Leanna and I enter the first clothing shop we find. She browses the racks, but her face becomes more aghast with each outfit she picks up. She holds up a piece of fabric so short I can't figure out if it's supposed to be a top or a skirt.
I don't think we'll find anything here. Let's go somewhere else.
Unfortunately, I'm wondering if this is going to be a theme after all. You could just buy guys' clothes. I mean, if it's better than that, follow Leanna out the store and into the next one. She browses the selection. She seems even more disappointed as each outfit is skimpier than the next. After checking out a couple more shops with no luck, we enter the last shop on the street. Leanna checks out the racks again and tracks down the shopkeeper.
Excuse me. Do you have any armor?
Absolutely.
You rummage through the clothing before pulling out what is essentially just a metal bra and thong. This is not protective armor! Leanna can't hide her horror as the shopkeeper smiles triumphantly.
Here you go.
No.
How is that armor?
What do you mean? It's metal. That means it can protect you.
Screw you, you're stupid. This is really stupid.
But what about the rest of me?
He's about to retort, but is left speechless as her words sink in.
Huh. You know, I'd never even thought about that before.
Really? As an armsman.
Do you have anything with a little more coverage?
The shopkeeper returns to the racks and picks out another metal bra and underwear.
How about this?
How is that better?
Whoa!
Ugh, I'm so done with this place!
Yeah. Realizing that this is a fruitless search, Leanna fumes out of the shop and I follow close behind. She looks down at her outfit and sighs.
It's hard to believe, but I think Kara picked out the most modest outfit available in this place.
You could just wear guy clothes for a little while. It's not that big of a deal. Looks like it.
I guess she knows me a little better than I thought.
As we pass the darkened storefront on our way out the inn, two men melt from the shadows and approach us. Oh boy. Here, you want to release some pent-up frustration? This looks like a great opportunity.
Excuse me, are those manipulators on your wrist?
Leanna and I glance at each other and then back at the men. Why do you ask? No. The second man speaks.
We have an offer which may be interesting to you.
Why are you talking like a Khajiit?
Exactly. As magic users, power in your craft is essential.
Oh.
Luckily for you, we happen to know a secret
magic.
technique to amplify your casting usage to your fullest potential, no matter the skill level.
Yeah, void. What's that technique? The first man hands me a card. The den at Wolfsden is written in curly letters.
Meet us at that location tomorrow morning, and all will be revealed.
Absolutely gonna be void. Leanna narrows her eyes.
How do we know this is legitimate?
The second man smiles.
Your skepticism is understandable, but we've gone through this exact training and can personally guarantee results.
It's like, great. So we're gonna have like evil magic enhancement by the power of shadow magic being sold to us at an MLM.
You're mages? Where are your manipulators?
He glances at their empty wrists. Leanna brings up a good point.
Right here.
He lifts his hand and points to the crystal laid in his ring finger. Leanna's mouth drops open in surprise, but she quickly composes herself.
Your manipulator is a ring?
The man flashes the same mysterious grin.
Be there tomorrow morning, and all will be revealed.
They hand Leanna the card too, and disappear back into the alley. Leanna watches them retreat, a stern look on her face. You've got solicitors in this world too? It really isn't possible to escape them. She barely seems to register what I'm saying. Leanna, she blinks.
Uh-huh.
That was pretty weird, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
I begin to throw the card away when Leanna stops me.
Wait! We need that!
We do?
How else will we find them tomorrow morning?
You want to go? Wait, we're going to meet these guys? She nods. You believe that snake oil? Yeah, that's really... Don't tell me you believe all that nonsense.
Of course not, but I'm sure other people have believed it. We should check out what it is they're offering, and if it even works.
Probably not, because it sounds like it's like give and take, but like I said, void. I shake my head. There's no way it would work.
I know, but we should go just in case. Besides, there's no way those rings are actual manipulators. It's impossible to condense the amount of energy needed for casting into such a tiny crystal.
Well, impossible's a strong word. You never know, technology could just advance, but I doubt it would advance from shady guys in the middle of the alleyway at Wolfsden rather than Mage's Academy.
Something doesn't add up.
Yeah, lots of things don't add up. It does seem a little too good to be true. She nods and pockets the card. Crack of thunder interrupts us. We should probably get back.
Yeah.
We hurry back to the inn. I spot Kara and Zack at the table when we join them. Zack smirks when he sees Leanna.
Nice outfit.
Leanna's cheeks flush.
I don't want to talk about it.
Kara grins widely.
Oh, don't be shy. You've got to own it.
Leanna's blush deepens as she quickly changes the subject.
We were just out and ran into some strange men promising us unimaginable power.
What way to put it? She pulls out the card and places it on the table.
They said to meet them there tomorrow.
Zack and Kara study it.
I've never seen this before.
I have. They recruited me too.
Leanna blinks.
But you aren't a mage. They were looking for magic casters. Why did they recruit you?
Dischargers, maybe? Zack shrugs.
Something about being a valuable asset? I wasn't really listening.
Good puppy. I don't know. It's like, why? We're going to meet them tomorrow morning. Leanna nods.
Same here.
What? Really? Leanna looks equally surprised.
Sure.
Why? Thought you weren't listening.
I wasn't. But from what I did hear, it sounds like a scam for money. Money which should be liberated from them for the greater good.
That might be the coolest catchphrase you've ever said. Money which should be liberated from them for the greater good. Why am I not surprised?
Alright, let's meet up there tomorrow morning and go together.
Zack nods. As if on cue, Amy joins the group.
Greetings. Have we all gathered here to partake in supper?
Sure.
That's a pretty good idea. I could go for some food.
I nod. Same here. We order some food, sit together to eat. As we eat, Amelia looks intently from Kara to Leanna. Leanna shifts uncomfortably.
Is there something wrong, Amy?
There seems to be an undeniable trend in the clothing both you and Kara are wearing. Perhaps I should be wearing something similar.
No, you're fine. Kara begins stern.
We need to have a talk about what is and isn't appropriate for you to wear, young lady.
It's just because she's younger, right? Like, I mean, if she were old enough.
The irony of that statement is not lost on me.
Yeah, it is kind of ironic. Don't ruin her innocence. Nah, I mean, it's like, it's up to you, but I don't think you need to. I shrug while the rest of the team fuss over Amelia. There's no way I'm gonna get in the middle of that. It's true. Last time I got my head bit off. Once the teams calmed down and talked to Amy out of purchasing an outfit, we finished the rest of our meal. Leanna reminds Zack and me to meet downstairs in the morning, then we all retire to bed. After getting changed, I fall into my bed and drift to sleep. What is this place? Wolfsden. Sounds like it's everything about it is like terrible. In the afternoon, I wake up to the unaccustomed brightness. Making my eyes open, I glance outside and notice the absence of clouds. Looks like the storm's finally passed. Zack's bed's empty and even the pongo's missing. Guess I'm the last one up considering it's midday. Wait, we were supposed to meet in the morning! I hurry out of my bed and rush to get ready and then head downstairs. The team's already there, gathering around the table. They greet me as I arrive. Looks like the storm's passed.
Correct. Which means we are able to resume our journey to Ellendale.
Oh, right. Actually, we have a distraction we didn't tell you about.
Not exactly. We've still got some unfinished business. We have to meet up with those men to learn the secret to unimaginable power.
Oh, right. Those two men from yesterday. Zack gets to his feet.
Ready to go?
Sure. I suppose so. Didn't eat breakfast, but whatever. It's my fault. Leanna stands as well, but Kara and Amy stay put. Are you two coming?
The invitations were not extended to us.
Yeah, plus I think it's a mage or crystal specific thing, so that leaves me out.
Unless we need backup.
We'll stick around here and see what else we can dig up and meet you guys when you're done.
Amy nods. That's probably for the best. Leanna and Zack and I exit the inn. Studying the address on the cards given to us, we eventually come across a nondescript mansion. Cautiously, we knock on the front door. There's no response. Since we were looking for mages only, Leanna does a radial scan. From the blank door, a hidden message appears. It indicates to go around the back entrance, but only when the sun has fully set. I thought they said to come in the morning! We decide to spend our time scouting the location for all the different exits and get as much of the floor plan as we can figure out, just in case. By the time we're done our extensive mapping, it is evening. We circle around the house and the plain wood door. We knock twice and the door swings open. Grinning widely is one of the men who recruited us yesterday. He ushers us through the door and into the foyer where a handful of people mill about. I take in the marble staircase and pristine tiles. Some people sit on the leather couches as we wait for whatever's supposed to happen to begin. Bright lights spill into the room and reflect off the crystal chandelier hanging from the ceiling. The room looks more expansive than my entire house back home. Never would have guessed it from the plain exterior of the house. After a few more minutes, a man with slick black hair approaches with open arms and a shining grin.
Welcome!
The room quiets into silence before he greets us.
I'm sure you're all wondering why you've been invited here today.
It's a pretty big group of people, too, for a one-day recruitment.
It's because our expert talent scouts spotted a commonality within all of you, an unmistakable ability, a mastery of the elements.
I guarantee you this is going to be an MLM reference, like Herbalife or something. A few people sneak glances around the room and look at Leanna, who's watching the speaker intently. Zack crosses his arms, his expression unreadable.
We too share this gift, and we too hungered for power. We spent hours upon hours honing our craft, showing painstakingly slow progress before we were introduced to the secret techniques we hope to share with you today.
Shadow magic, everyone! Ha ha!
My friends, if you wish to become the most powerful casters in this area, then you have come to the right place.
You know, not the college.
But as they say, with great power comes great responsibility. These techniques are dangerous and are not for the faint of heart. Failure can lead to dire consequences, and in order for us to continue, I need absolute assurance that you are all ready to face those consequences.
Sure.
If anyone is having second thoughts, now is the moment when you can walk out of here with no hard feelings.
A couple of people turn around and head back towards the door, but the majority of the group, which is still a small number of around 10 people, decide to stay.
I admire all of your courage, but I'm not surprised by your decision.
A doorway to the left of the room creaks open, and the man points that direction.
The beginning of your training is in the next room. Please proceed through the doors, and our training leader will meet you there.
Low murmurings fill the silence as people begin to exit the room. As Leanna begins to pass, a strange man from before slides up to her and lowers his voice.
So, the guild finally caught wind of this, eh?
Uh-oh. Leanna masks her surprise and keeps her voice even.
I'm not sure what you mean.
He chuckles and nudges her.
It's alright. You can trust me. I'm actually Broodman.
He pauses as if waiting for a recognition, but we merely stare blankly at him.
Broodman? The Silent Protector? Tamer of the Wolves at Wolfsden?
Again, we make no notion of recognition.
Well, either way, we're on the same side. I know that these guys are dangerous, and I've got a plan in place to stop them.
Are we sure we won't have to stop you? Broodman Wayne. Is he supposed to be Batman?
How do you know they're dangerous? Do you know what their secret technique is?
Broodman waggles his eyebrows knowingly.
Right. Playing innocent to keep up your facade. I understand.
He winks.
Look, I was planning on taking these guys down alone, but having a member of the Mage Guild as backup would ensure the downfall of these guys. What do you say? Are you in?
Leanna frowns.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He winks.
Alright. You won't budge.
He taps his nose and fixes his attention on Zack.
I'll just pretend I didn't see the mage emblem when you first entered Wolfsden. What about you?
His voice trails off as Zack stares him down with an unblinking gaze. Broodman seems unfazed. Yeah, he's definitely supposed to be like Batman. Broodman's gaze lands on me and he quickly shifts focus.
How about you?
I'd like to deal the hand of justice. I'm gonna follow Leanna's lead. I don't know what you're talking about. He taps his nose again knowingly. We hear shuffling, and I notice most of the people have filed out of the room by now.
We should get going before they get suspicious.
Yeah, Broodman nods. We follow the others out of the room and into the evening courtyard. The courtyard is surrounded on all sides by walls, with upon further inspection are hallways connecting to the different wings of the mansion. Because we're enclosed within the mansion, we're guaranteed privacy.
Listen up.
Unless you can fly.
I know what they promised you back there, and I know they made it sound like all of you, as long as you try, will be able to learn the technique for power. But they're wrong. Only those of you strong enough to handle that amount of magic will be successful. And that's where I come in. I'm here to test your proficiency with magic, and if this technique is something you can even handle.
A few staff members who were standing in the sidelines come over and begin passing out manipulators. When they reach Zack, the staff member notices his lack of manipulator and looks at him in confusion. Zack doesn't react or bother to take the manipulator from his hands either.
He passes.
The training leader walks by, and his gaze falls on Zack's discharger. His expression changes. He turns to the staff with a manipulator and urges him to move on. The staff member begins to protest, but training leader stops him.
He passes.
Weird.
I know you all have your own manipulators, but I don't care. use ours anyway. The goal of this isn't to show off who has the fanciest gadgets. It's to eliminate any variables so we can get a more accurate read on your abilities.
So, what is, like, if we're gonna keep up the facade, we're gonna try this out. This is gonna be like our, like, 6th time using magic. But we also have immense cosmic power, so who knows what's gonna happen.
Now, who wants to go first?
One person steps up and attempts to cast a gale, but his nerves make him unsteady and he keeps losing focus.
Enough.
The training leader shakes his head and the man hangs his head. The staff members lead the man out of the courtyard as the next person steps up. One by one, they go until it's my turn. My blood runs cold and clammy sweat covers my body.
Let's go. We haven't got all day.
Come on, breathe. Just try, Protag. I close my eyes and breathe deeply. I can do this. Just remember my training. With my hands steady, I raise my arm and channel a gust of wind as I've done many times before. I picture Leanna watching and encouraging me, and sure enough, a gust of wind flows through my fingers. The training leader frowns, unimpressed, but the staff member who took my energy reading races over to his side. I'm pretty sure I can guess what's going on. They took a scan that said my energy levels are off the charts, yet somehow my casting skill does not equate the energy I possess.
Pass. For now.
I nod. Well, we just passed because of innate power. The training leader calls Leanna forward. I take time to switch out my manipulator back to my own. She takes a deep breath, gathers her energy, and raises her arms. Her blue eyes almost turn to steel gray as a gale storm whips the trees into the courtyard. Leanna's hair flies out around her, but she stands steady in the tempest, her gaze challenging the training leader. He raises his hand, and in the instant she summoned it, Leanna ceases the storm.
Pass.
As a few people pick themselves off the ground or dust themselves off, Leanna returns to the group. You blew me away, keep it cool. That was incredible. I think I'll do a joke. Dang girl, you're the blew me away that display. Leanna groans. He threw caution to the wind and went all out.
You should stop.
But making these are such a breeze.
I'm leaving now.
Wait, I'm done, I promise. So we continue to move through the test. Zack silently slinks over and joins us as Leanna surreptitiously switches back to her manipulator and does a scan of her own. She frowns at the results and lowers her voice so I can barely hear her.
I'm getting the same strange absence of energy reading that we got back at Stonecrest.
Absence of energy. Yeah, we're definitely dealing with Void, I think. I think this has something to do with Void. She nods, her expression grave. The guard approaches. Leanna quickly puts a smile on.
Ma'am, I have a message from the site commander. He wishes to meet you.
Oh?
In his private quarters.
Oh.
Oh.
For once, she can't hide her surprise. The guard leaves him momentarily, and he goes to speak with the training leader. Leanna turns to us.
We need to figure a way out of this. There's no way I'm going into the commander's private quarters.
Yeah.
You have to.
What?
Quiet!
Leanna lowers her voice, but her tone's just as stern.
Do you have any idea what an invitation to his private quarters means?
It could mean a couple things. Hey, hold your horses, but I mean, it might.
Of course I do. And that's why you need to go. This is your chance to get inside and find out if this is a part of Void's operation, like you suspect.
She frowns.
There must be another way.
Probably. But not on such short notice without an all-access pass to the most secure place in the entire mansion.
That's a good point. Hang on, so what if we do this? What if, Zack, you do your thing and just wait for us to kick off something? Leanna goes, I'll try and follow. They might not miss me, because I didn't really do anything remarkable. Leanna remains quiet as Zack's words sinks in, and she groans.
You're right. This is the perfect opportunity.
What about us?
We'll find a way inside and catch up with Leanna. When you get to his quarters, make sure you leave the door unlocked so we can get in.
I will. But you two better hurry up. I do not want to be alone with him longer than I need to.
Trust me, I agree. The training leader looks annoyed and waves the guard away. We fall silent as he returns to collect Leanna. She throws us one last warning look before leaving. So, how are we gonna sneak in?
We need a distraction.
As Zack and I scour the surroundings, a hand falls on my shoulder.
Don't worry, I've got this.
Oh no.
Got what?
He just winks at us as he enters the center of the courtyard. The training leader looks amused as Broodman enters the testing space unprompted, but doesn't stop him. Broodman stands perfectly still and takes an exaggerated breath, then slowly begins breathing out. He raises his arm in front of him and summons a glowing fireball in his hand. He aims it straight in front of him. It was the only thing that I noticed. He strategically placed himself so he was facing a large tree. That's smart. He'll ignite the tree accidentally as part of his proficiency testing. Well, a living tree doesn't burn very well. Broodman takes another deep breath, and just as he's about to let the fireball fly, he sneezes hard. The fireball misdirects and catches his clothes. He helps us. Oh, he yells at the flames lap at his clothes and drops to the ground and rolls. Instead of extinguishing the flames, the grass ignites where he rolls. So in the courtyard is the muck with shrieking voices and running bodies. What am I even witnessing? Zack pulls me aside.
Now's our chance.
Well, that actually worked, but good grief, man. And the two of us slipped through the same door we saw Leanna go through. We enter a brightly lit corridor and try our best to blend in and stick to the few shadows in the room. We managed to escape the corridor without incident and reach another open hallway. A guard stands in the center of the room, making his rounds. Zack signals for me to stay back as he sneaks up on the guard. No, if he says to stay back, I'll stay back. I stay back and give Zack space. He has more experience in this sort of thing than I do, and I'm happy to follow his lead. As he gets close, he jumps the guard and covers his mouth as he disarms him. I rush over and help him secure the guard in a more hidden alcove. He struggles as we place him in a chair. I hold him down as Zack approaches him.
Where are the commander's quarters?
I'll never tell.
Zack grins as he cracks his knuckles.
Ah, good.
Oh man, that's the best way.
Good?
I was hoping you'd resist. It makes interrogation so much
Yeah, he
more
looks so
fun.
genuinely happy. The guard resumes his struggles, but I continue to hold him down. Zack slowly approaches, and I see the fear creep into the guard's eyes.
Hold on a second.
Zack doesn't stop. He balls his hand into a fist. The guard looks at me with panic in his eyes.
I'll talk. Just get that crazy guy away from me.
Zack frowns but stops walking toward him.
The commander's quarters are right down this hall, and then a left at the next fork. His is the last room down that corridor.
That's all we needed. Thanks.
With one knockout punch, the guard falls unconscious, and the two of us hurry off, which is highly... Like, if you punch someone hard enough to knock them out, you probably have also killed them. As we turn down the hall, I face Zack. I'm surprised that was so easy. Zack sighs.
I know. How disappointing.
I look blankly at Zack. Okay then. We sneak through the corridor and remain unspotted as we follow the guard's instructions. We recognize the commander's quarters immediately and see the two heavy mahogany doors at the end of the hall are slightly ajar. I think I have a sneeze coming. We'll see if I can make it through. Why are there no guards in front of the quarters? Isn't that suspicious? No! Not if Leanna was right what's happening in there.
Not if the commander's got a woman in his room.
Oh, fetch. Fair point. We slip into the room and are immediately greeted by a frenzy of whispers from Leanna.
Oh, finally. You guys sure took your sweet time.
We tried, okay?
Calm down. We got here as quickly as we could.
Where's the commander? Leanna points to the locked door. That must be the bathroom.
He went to freshen up.
Ugh. She shudders. Zack crosses his arms.
Okay, then what are you doing just standing around here for? Get in a position.
What position?
Zack points to the bed. Leanna pales.
You can't be serious.
Do you want to jeopardize this operation or what?
Oh my gosh.
How would posing on the bed help with this operation?
Well, it certainly would distract him.
Because while he's very distractedly approaching the bed, we'll be able to knock him out from behind, quick and quiet, and not alerting any guards.
Leanna sighs and lacklusterly climbs into the bed. She lays down her side and props her head up with her arm.
Like this?
Let me show you how it's done. Definitely working as intended. Can't help but stare. The curves of her hips draw me in alluringly as her sultry eyes invite me to go to her. What was the question? Despite her circumstances, Leanna blushes under my stares and scrambles off the bed. Zack frowns.
No, that's not right at all. You have to be more inviting.
How? We're not doing the spread eagle here. Zack lounges on his stomach and bends his legs up at the knee as he rests on his head on his hands.
This is the most effective pose.
I'll be sure to tell Kara that.
Are you kidding me? You look like you're sunbathing at the beach. That's not alluring at all.
You don't know what you're talking about, woman.
I think I'd know a thing or two more about flirting than you would.
I don't know, we're guys. Like, you're targeting guys. We might have a bit of an idea.
Oh, please enlighten me, sailor.
Leanna's face flushes at the memory. She's about to argue with the door of the bathroom flings open. A looming man stands in front of the door with nothing more than a too revealing Speedo. Ugh!
Apologies for the delay, my sweet. I wanted to make sure that I was in...
He freezes when he sees Zack on the bed. And for a moment, nobody moves.
All right. Before we begin fighting, I have a really important question.
Zack mimics Leanna's original pose.
Is this attractive?
The commoner's face turns red with rage.
No!
Thank you. That's exactly what I said.
Well, it would have been attractive if I were doing it.
I'd agree to that. If anyone cares about my opinion. Commander roars out in anger. Zack rolls off the bed. That sequence was brilliant. Oh, the commander roars out of anger. Zack rolls off the bed and withdraws his discharges in one smooth motion as Leanna's manipulator glows. I pull out my sword, ready to fight stance. The commander glares at us.
Do you really think that a bunch of amateurs can take out someone as powerful as I? You fools will regret ever crossing paths with a Shadow General.
Alright, Shadow General. Sounds cool. Let's see if he's up to scratch. He raises his arms and readies his stance. And then as his face falls, he realizes he's naked.
Oh, shit.
No manipulator. Zack shoots a blast and knocks the commander down, smashes his head against the dresser and falls to the ground with a heavy thud. Leanna rushes to check him, her sword ready, but he's knocked out cold. I sheath my blade. That was easy.
They aren't so tough without their magic.
Leanna has her manipulator out and performs a scan.
He said he was a Shadow General. That just confirms that this has something to do with Void.
Yep. She suddenly focused on the area on the floor, prying up the floorboard with a large bag filled with dark spheres. A bag of them?
Tainted spheres.
Oh, fetch.
Definitely Void.
We can't leave the spheres here. We have to take them.
We'll be too conspicuous lugging this bag around.
But it would be even more dangerous to leave them here for them to use.
Can we, also, what should we do with the Shadow General? Just leave him here? Zack shrugs. Suddenly the window crashes open. We ready ourselves for another battle, but we recognize the figure as Broodman. He dusts himself off and heads straight for the commander.
Finally, we meet again.
Broodman doesn't seem to notice that we're there as he continues addressing the commander.
For all these years, I have slowly unraveled everything you've worked so hard to build. I have been that splinter that you just can't pull out. And now I am here to finish what I have started.
Should we just leave?
For I am Broodman. You killed my brother. Prepare to die.
Oh, yeah. It's like Batman mixed with Prince's Bride. He frowns and the commander doesn't react.
And even now, you won't give me the decency of even acknowledging my presence.
He moves in to kick the commander when we stop him.
Hey, wait! He's unconscious!
Broodman pauses.
Ah, yes, of course. He was so intimidated by my speech that he passed out in fear.
Sure, buddy. That's not what... Broodman strides to the commander and seemingly without effort hauls him over his shoulder.
Don't worry, I'll take it from here.
He launches the commander out the newly opened window. What the heck?
We're on the second floor.
Oh.
He should rush to the window and fall for the second level, but it'll be fatal. Still break a few bows. Luckily, the commander landed on a bush and looks unscathed. Well, he's also limp, that helps. Broodman crosses his arms triumphantly.
All according to plan, my friends.
Sure. Climbs back to the window and lands on his feet beside the commander. He then takes him away into the night. I almost don't want to know what he's going to do to him. We possibly let it all sink in.
We should get out of here before we attract too much attention.
Yeah. Leanna nods. She carries the bag of tainted spheres as naturally as she can and pushes open the doors. There are two guards now stationed in front of the commander's quarters. They give us questioning looks as the three of us slip out. Careful to close the doors behind us.
Where is the commander?
Please don't disturb him. He's all tuckered out from our certain activities.
Bravo, no blushes either. She winks. The guard clears his throat uncomfortably.
Right, I understand.
The second guard looks suspiciously at Zack and me.
Hold on, what about you two?
Commander has interesting tastes. Oh, don't worry. We took part in the activities, too. We can try to hold back my laughter at the horrified expressions.
Would you like us to elaborate?
Nope, not necessary. You may go.
Dang, that would have been a crazy time. Zack grins as the three of us waltz out the corridor. Because the commander had made it clear what his intentions were with Leanna, we had no trouble with any of the guards milling about. We were able to exit the mansion unquestioned. That's convenient. Once we're safely outside, we race back to the inn, bursting through the doors to very urgently scoop up Amy and Kara.
Greetings upon your safe return. I assume your endeavors were successful.
Yep, yeah, we gotta go.
Yep, everything's great, but we should really be getting a move on now. We'll fill you in on the details later.
Amelia looks surprised, but Kara notices the bag Leanna carries and urges Amy.
Sounds good. We've been itching to get out of here anyway. Come on, Amy. Let's go grab our things and head out. The sooner we're out of here, the closer we'll be to Ellendale.
Oh boy. Amy shrugs and follows Kara upstairs and grab her things. Once they return downstairs, we depart. As we leave Wolfsden, I spot a familiar dark visage of Broodman. Beside him is a woman wearing a hooded green cloak. She carries a large bow on her back. It's the Green Arrow? Really? We're having like the freaking like... Oh, it's not the Avengers. That's heresy right there. Justice League? What are they doing? I slip away from the group and step closer to Broodman, making sure to stay hidden from their view. The woman has braided long white hair and fine lines trace her tan skin. Broodman nods.
The deed has been done. Void's operation here will crumble without their commander. Wolfsden need fear the shadows no longer.
The woman nods in satisfaction. Huh. Interesting. Suddenly, her gaze slides to me. I freeze, unable to move. What do? Broodman notices her gaze and looks at me. He flashes me a broad smile and gives me a thumbs up. Maybe she's actually more important than I thought. She looks like an actual character. The woman's face is partially hidden behind a scarf, but she nods slowly, approvingly. Then she abruptly turns and leaps up. Scales the wall and disappears into the rooftop, silent and graceful like a cat. Broodman pulls himself up using his brute strength before following closely behind. At least I know he's doing okay. I catch up with my friends but continue out of the gates of Wolfsden. Interesting. Could she be more, or is she just literally a Green Arrow counterpart? Once we're on the road, Leanna and I fill the rest of the team in on what happened. After traveling as swift as we can for the rest of the evening, we decided to make camp. Alright, and I think, yeah, that's probably where we should stop for today. We'll be able to have the discussions of, like, the post, like, what the fetch just happened in that mansion. Okay, of the episodes so far, I think this one genuinely made me laugh the most. This was a blast. Some of the cleverest writing we've seen so far. The whole bedroom scene might be one of my favorite scenes so far, just because I don't know, the choreography of everything playing out was just so well done. It was beautiful. I also liked how we got to know a bit more about Kara and Zack. It was nice to let them have moments to shine that weren't overcast by Leanna or Amelia. Like, it's good that we're having times where we kind of focus on certain people and not focus on others. Like, it can be easy to make it too repetitive where we're always having special moments with each person, like in those interchanges, but it's nice to like have it more be kind of down to the characters. So I really approve of that. Yeah, no, pretty much everything about this episode was pretty freaking funny. I still think the Pongos up in the attic was a bit much, but it was funny, so I'll still give it that. So excellent job on this episode. This one was really fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. I guess, I don't know, is there anything in particular? I'd love to hear any of your thoughts you guys have about what happened here. There's not really enough to talk about because there aren't a whole lot of choices besides some of the dialogues. Did any of you guys get any interesting results by doing some of the different dialogues? Like, I'd be very curious about that. I'm just not bold enough to pick some of the more daring ones. Not always, but sometimes. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thanks so much for joining me once again for Crystalline, and I guess we'll see you guys for the next one. I highly encourage you to check out, I'm starting a new series this Friday, so keep an eye out for that one. It might be something you're interested in. And if it's not something you've ever played before, I highly encourage you to just check it out just to see if it's something you do want to play. You know, watch the first episode or two to get a feel for the game and then decide if you want to buy it. But anyway, just jumping right in, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Thank you so much for all of you. You guys make this channel what it is. Like, I have fun sharing my visual novel experiences, but you guys are the ones that really make that experience special. And so I appreciate each and every one of you that's taken the time to watch this. You're awesome. And until the next video you watch with me, or whatever to see me in next, I'll see you there.